And also, this is what she claimed. And there's going to be some Candace Owens people that will sit here and say, that's a straw man argument. You're straw manning it. She didn't say she was an alien. She said she felt like one. Okay. This is what she said. Go back and watch it. Charlie Kirk said she claims that he always told her that he was a time traveler. Then she goes out of her way to say that she doesn't deny that it's true, that she could see it. Then she said, I would always tell him I felt like an alien. I'm not from here, right? So you could say that Candace, someone will say, well, she didn't say she was an alien. Well, she did say she was an alien. But if Candace doesn't want to sound too crazy, she might say, well, I didn't say I was one. I just said I felt like one. And now they're asking all these questions I don't understand, you know? And, well, kind of like how you went on Bill Maher and you tweeted that you thought the moon landing was fake. And then you went on Bill Maher and said, I never said that it was fake. I was just trying to say that I felt like it could be. It was kind of funny. And then like months later, you came out and actually said it was fake and had people on your news, on your network that say that it was fake, and you swear to this day that it was. So that's really just a cop-out. Excuse me, to believe that if you said you felt like you were an alien, it's because you really believe you're one. And to try to digress, I never said blah, 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 blah. And then a couple months will go by and we'll find out that, no, I really think I'm an alien. It's not a straw man. It's what she said. Then she thinks that Charlie Kirk was a time traveler. And then she said, and she goes out to say this right here. Go watch the show. It's crazy. She says, Charlie Kirk, this is what she said. She said, this is what Candace Owens is now saying, that Charlie Kirk had handlers. He had FBI, CIA, government intelligence handlers. She said that she had handlers too. Candace Owens says she was being handled by the FBI. She didn't even know it, but now she knows it. And she said that Charlie had handlers that were with him ever since he was a little child. Ever since he was born, he was surrounded by these FBI, CIA handlers because she said that Charlie Kirk would walk past streetlights and the streetlights would go crazy and they blow up. Because kind of like she thinks that Charlie Kirk is 11 in Stranger Things and that he has such an energy about him that things around him would just destroy because he's a time traveler, not making it up. And that he had government handlers that have been watching him ever since he was a little child, ever since he was born, that have been standing with him and watching every single part of his life unveil. And that Operation Looking Glass, that they had an operation called Operation Looking Glass where they could see into the future, where they tried to see into the future through various means, well, she says that they stole ancient Sumerian technology from the ancient world. They gave them the ability to look into the future, and that they created an entire time warp system where they could look through it and see every timeline that would ever collide. These are Candace Owens' own words. They would see every timeline that there could ever possibly exist, and they would use it like deja vu to predict the future for how things were going to turn out, and that sometime in 2012 to 2016, for whatever reason, she doesn't make any reason for why this happened, that all of a sudden the timelines, they couldn't see to where they would go anymore, and they didn't know how they were going to end. So as a result of that, they were using this Operation Looking Glass to study Charlie Kirk, the time-traveling boy wonder who has electricity blow up when he gets too close to it, that they had been studying from the time of his birth and had been handling him with intelligence agencies every step of the way from the time he was born to now, and that while they were watching him, they were controlling him because he was such a powerful entity, and that when they looked through the looking glass, they saw where he was going to go, and then because they couldn't see where he was going to go anymore, they freaked out. And then when he started telling a different narrative, because he was going to change his narrative on Israel and the Jews, apparently, that's what she says, is that caused those handlers to freak out, and that they had to assassinate him to stop the timeline from going a different direction. Not making it up. That is what Candace Owens now believes and now perpetuates as her mainstream talking point conspiracy belief narrative. This is not some out there whacked out theory. This is Candace Owens Number one, this is the one she's going with. This isn't something she threw out there, someone told her. This is what she said is now her baseline belief. She is willing to die on this hill. This is what it is.